Okay, today we are talking about the Germantown neighborhood in Nashville, Tennessee. And I've got my partner Tucker here with me. We're going to discuss what's the essence of this neighborhood, what is it like to live here, and if you stay till the end, we're going to discuss a huge announcement, a huge thing that's going on that's going to have an impact on Germantown in a big way, we feel like. It all starts right now. All right, Tucker, let's jump in. Germantown, Nashville. There's a neighborhood in Nashville, Germantown. Where is it? What do people need to know just from the starting line?
Sure, Clay. This is about a quarter mile north of Broadway, so we are really close to the urban core. When we look at the different boroughs of Nashville as a whole, Germantown is the most established, ready for you to move in. What I mean by that is you can live there, you can walk downstairs, you have the coffee shops, the bars, the restaurants, and all the walkability you can think of ready for you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So when I think of Germantown, first couple words I think of is, highly walkable, probably one of the most walkable areas of Nashville, Tennessee. I think walkable, I think historic. It's the oldest historic area in Nashville. I think downtown because it's right there. It's arguably the most connected to downtown Nashville of any neighborhood. And then I think about the water. One of the borders of Germantown is the Cumberland River, which cuts through the middle of downtown. And so those are a few things that I think about. What else do we need to know or talk about here?
Well, you brought up river access. What's going on right across the street from Germantown is the new Oracle headquarters that's being built. They're also going to have a pedestrian bridge that's about to be added. So what you're going to see is a lot of people that work at Oracle are going to be living in Germantown, and they're just going to walk right across that pedestrian bridge to their new office.
Well, that's the big thing that we are looking at. Not everybody knows about this or has seen the images of what they're talking about, but they're really going to connect the Oracle campus, which is a huge deal for downtown Nashville. And a lot of Germantown, if you're on the water, you're going to be staring across the water at the Oracle campus, which alone is going to be a really cool thing. But then you're also going to be connected to it by a new bridge. So yes, if you're going to work at Oracle or anywhere on that campus, this is a new way it's going to really be connected because Germantown already has a ton of housing, lots of condos, lots of apartments. And so it's really going to build a new connector across the river. There's stuff being built like crazy right now that we're seeing. So it's really fun to know about, fun to watch, kind of come together, connecting old and new, right?
Well, absolutely, Clay. And just remember, even the people that live in Nashville probably don't realize how much is going on from an infrastructure and construction standpoint, whether it's right around the Oracle campus or anything going on in Germantown. But then also remember, you're not that far away from the brand new Amazon campus right there at Nashville Yards. You got 4 gorgeous buildings going up. And so there are multiple options of people that are going to be living in that ecosystem.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so other things in Germantown that are very noteworthy to me to kind of capture the essence of it. If you live there, how's life going to look, right? Highly walkable, probably a vertical building. There is some one-story houses still kind of through there. Lots of townhomes, some old, some new, lots of rooftop decks. One of the huge attractions for Germantown that really set it on a high trajectory is the Sounds baseball stadium, right?
Absolutely. So if you do go to a Sounds game, you're going to bring your family. I would go park right near Waldo's Chicken and Beer. It's 2 blocks away. Phenomenal food. Go there and then just walk to the game. It's going to be really easy, convenient. So I would definitely check that out. So that really put Germantown really on steroids. It was put on this growth trajectory. But also remember what all got this started, Clay, which was Worthen Lofts.
I mean, yeah, exactly right. So Worthen Lofts, if you've been, around Nashville real estate for a while, then you may remember this was 15 plus years, I think, since it really started. Old factory, historic brick factory, really, really neat property. Was converted. I knew some of the developers who did that originally, converted it to condos. It was the first maybe the first big loft adaptive reuse development in Nashville. And it's still one of my favorites. It's a place, if you go walk through, you'll see the hardwood floors are all nicked up and marked up. And, it's just got that true loft feeling, high ceilings, exposed ductwork. every single unit in there feels unique. So definitely, if you're interested in loft living, or if you crave that unique creative space, Worthing Loft is one of the best loft buildings. It may not be all brand new and like perfect new construction, but it's just got the character, man. You're absolutely right. That really set Germantown in a new trajectory, in a neighborhood that a lot of people hadn't spent really any time in. Maybe it didn't get noticed as much, but the Worthing Loft development, absolutely a must see if you're thinking about living in the urban core of Nashville. What else is noteworthy about Germantown? What are the other big things?
Well, sure. So if you do go and you're just going to want to have a nice restaurant meal, and then you just want to walk around and familiarize yourself with the area, I would check out the Germantown Cafe. Been there a long time. Salads are phenomenal. And then you can kind of work your way out from there. But don't forget, as you've seen in our other videos, really like Barista Parlor. Great coffee. That was really, so if you're from out west and you're looking for a coffee shop, I'm going to let you know there's not a whole lot of really good cups of coffee out there. I mean, yes, you have your Starbucks and everything, but if you really want the best cup that you're going to find, definitely in Nashville, I would start at Barista Parlor.
Barista Parlor, great spot, super cool, super hip spot to start your day. You know, Germantown's also known for a lot of really good restaurants and fine dining. Where do you start with the food? What are the food places that people really need to know about?
Clay, you have to start with Monell's. It's been there forever. Family style restaurant, a lot of character. It's really an experience. It's an easy lunch. I would definitely put that first on my list.
Yep. You know, another one for a nice dinner is going to be Fifth and Taylor. A great date night spot, upscale, really well done. The desserts are through the roof. Another place that I like to go for lunch is going to be Sonny's. Super unique, funky, cool vibe. You got kind of like TVs everywhere, kind of a sports bar kind of vibe, but also some outdoor like fire pits, space heaters, cornhole, just relaxed, casual environment. Just a fun place to go for lunch or for drinks and dinner is going to be Sonny's. What else is on your list, Tucker?
What's nice about all these different places we're talking to, they're all in walking distance with each other. And what you'll notice when you're walking through Germantown is you have some just old concrete sidewalks, and then you have some all brick sidewalks that really add to the character and the rich history of this area.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so I want to talk real briefly about the other neighborhoods that are kind of attached or adjacent to Germantown. You're going to have Salem Town to the northwest. It's going to feel a lot like Germantown, but more residential than commercial. But it's going to be right there intermeshed with Germantown. And if you go cross over Rosa Parks Boulevard, you're going to hit Hope Gardens, which if you watch our video about one of my brother's projects, it's going to be over there in that area of loosely Germantown, but truly Hope Gardens. I mean, it's really close by. And you're going to have Buena Vista as you go north of Hope Gardens. So you have a few other little pocket neighborhoods that are attached to the greater area of Germantown, as it were.
Oh, and don't forget, if you are right through there, even if you're near the Worthing Lofts, it's about a quarter mile away. Check out Slim and Husky's. It's right there in the Buchanan Arts District. That place is just phenomenal. Great pizza. I'm waiting for Dave Portnoy to go ahead and review that. So that is a spot. What I really want you to know is whether you're looking for a single family home, or you're looking for that loft or townhouse, or just a really high-end condo, there's something that meets your needs no matter what you're really looking for. And just remember, when you do walk or drive around, everyone seems to have a dog. And so if you're looking for a place like that, this is it.
Yep, that's exactly right. You're not going to see a bunch of strollers and babies getting pushed around. I'm sure there's some. You're really connected to downtown Nashville. This is a young, hip vibe in general. People that may work downtown or really crave that access or just want to be near the action of downtown Nashville may appreciate Germantown. You know, on the real estate front, 37208 is going to be the zip code you're going to want to search for. That's also going to carry you to the other side of the interstate, which includes Elizabeth Park, you know, Buchanan Arts, etc. That's going to be how you're going to find Germantown, is that 37208 zip code. Tucker, what about the Bicentennial Park there?
In that whole Bicentennial Park, you also have the Farmers Market, which has its own cult following. That's a great area. Then you have the Bicentennial Mall. You're going to see several large government archive buildings that are peppered throughout there. But if you're trying to run the dog, throw a frisbee, do anything like that, I would definitely hit that park, and that's just right near First Horizon Park where the Sounds play. And after you do all that, just head north a few blocks to the Bearded Iris.
Yeah, Bearded Iris, really popular brewery. They've created some beers that are well known throughout Nashville, restaurants, sold in grocery stores. If you're into beer drinking, that's a really good spot to check out. And you know, I just think about all that stuff along the river there. The interesting thing about Germantown is that along the river, there's several properties that are just now becoming activated and reactivated and going vertical. And it's like, how do they get this real estate? This is amazing real estate. And it's just now coming into having its own moment. So it's going to look a lot different in a couple of years, especially along that river corridor where all that water view is. Super excited to see that kind of come together.
Well, sure. And you brought up a key point. When you go see the Oracle campus, you just head south, but on that same side of the river, Titans are building a brand new indoor stadium. And then everything right around that's about to get redeveloped. So if you want to be part of any of that and you don't have time to wait, I would look at Germantown, because you're going to have that access to Oracle and you're going to reap all the benefits of everything being built right along the stadium.
Yeah, well said. And I think that brings up, if you're looking at Germantown, what other places should you consider? You know, to me, it's going to feel the most similar to the areas of East Nashville, like Laughlin Springs, historic area of East Nashville, maybe even some of that Cleveland Park area of East Nashville that's kind of still being developed. I'm also looking at the Gulch, which is going to be probably the most similar because it's really attached to downtown as well. It's almost all new construction, high-rise condos, but it is kind of similar because it's attached to downtown. Good restaurants, lots of cool things happening in the Gulch. I'm also going to look at Wedgwood Houston, or WeHo, which is just a little further away from downtown, but still some old, some new, some condo products, some houses. It's going to feel kind of similar as well. Probably a little more affordable than Germantown's going to be, I would say. What else? Is there other neighborhoods that I'm not thinking of right now?
You've named all the key boroughs. Last thing I would probably include is 12 South. 12 South is going to have a little bit more of a tourist destination. You're going to get a little bit more yard. So I think, but when you look at density and walkability, you really need to start with Germantown.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Would be certainly a really cool location to live in or to have a place in. We sold a client a place in Worthing recently, and it's a second home for them. So if you're going to have a place in Nashville, this would be a really cool place to partake in and park your car and not have to get back in your car for a few days if you don't want to. So certainly some cool places to check out and think about if you consider Germantown. Anything else you want to add, Tucker?
You know, last restaurant to try. I feel like all we do is go eat, which is great because it really introduces us to all around the city. Little Hats Italian Market. They got great sandwiches. They've got ravioli. It's a neat lunch spot. You walk in and you're like, is this a hole in the wall? And then you walk around the corner and there's all this seating and there's outdoor seating. If you sit outside, you're just looking at the downtown, horizon, and it's really gorgeous. So again, another lunch spot, but something to keep in mind.
I love it, man. And sometimes the hole in the wall restaurants tend to be my favorites. I don't know why. Just feel very real. Hey, I want to say thanks for watching the video. If you learned anything or got any value, don't forget to get after that like button for us. And if you like these kind of videos about Nashville or Middle Tennessee, you please subscribe and come follow along with us. We are a real estate team, so we get calls and texts every single day from people like you thinking about moving to Nashville. So if that's you, feel free to reach out to us. You can call us, text us, or leave a comment. Let us know what areas you're interested in, what you're curious about, what your dream property looks like. We'd love to have a conversation if it would be helpful to you. Again, our desire is to help people connect all the dots so they can make the right move. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.